The economic reforms implemented by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been praised for being on the right track, despite the temporary hardship they have caused. According to Dr. Opialu Opialu, who spoke at one-day intellectual discourse on the state of the economy and the renewed hope agenda, the reforms are necessary for Nigeria's development and will ultimately lead to prosperity. Opialu, who assessed the economic reforms of President Bola Tinubu, highlighted the country's past, present and future, noting that Nigeria was once a rich nation but became poor due to mismanagement and lack of planning. However, with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, he said the country is taking bold steps to introduce reforms and recover from its past mistakes. Opialu said President Tinubu's administration has implemented several key reforms, including the removal of subsidies and premium motor spirit, exchange rate unification, and a review of Electricity Acts. These reforms, according to him, have been implemented by public sector's reforms, a review of solid mineral policies, and the introduction of a student loan scheme. While these reforms have caused short-term pains such as inflation, a reduction in disposable income, and a high cost of living, Opialu noted that the gains will far outweigh the pains in the long run.
Government policy on agriculture should be taken beyond the traditional approach to political farmers who get the inputs and sell to the real farmers. That has been the practice of agricultural policies in Nigeria. Facilities, especially for agriculture and agro-allied facilities, should be reduced to maximum of 5% interest. Any interest rate on agricultural production that is above 5% will not achieve the desired result. Because in Nigeria, we don't have what we call crop insurance. So if I take a loan and the interest rate is about 17, 13, 12, 11%, and I have crop failure, the capital and the interest will not be payable. We commend the government for tax exemptions for people whose incomes are less than 800,000 naira in a month. We also recommend that the CNG initiative should take a second look at the cost of conversion a vehicle from the conventional PMS to CNG, so that the coverage of the CNG will be expanded. Our education curriculum is already outdated or far outdated. As we speak today, Nigerian education system is producing graduates to solve problems that no longer exist. So the education system should be reviewed. Emphasis should be put on technical education so that we can step up the manpower requirements for economic growth. Its effect, the good and the not too palatable, so as to prepare the minds of the masses to the need to fast before feasting. I believe that these reforms will address the ills and the rods of the past and change Nigeria for the better.
That Nigeria stands at the crossroads. The path to prosperity is actually within our reach, but it requires bold actions, strategic policies, and collective efforts from all stakeholders, including those of us that are here. Our past has taught us valuable lessons. Our present presents us with challenges and opportunities. And our future depends on the choices we make today. By fostering economic diversification, which has been mentioned, by fostering good governance, that has been mentioned, by engendering the culture of innovation, innovative thinking, having a sense of civic responsibility. What are my own responsibilities as a citizen? We can build a Nigeria that will thrive beyond all dependence, that will withstand economic shocks like the one we experienced when the fuel subsidy was removed, and then that can guarantee prosperity for each and every one of us. Let this intellectual debates or engagement that we have serve as a reflection not only of history. This is where we are in the past. This is where we are in the present. This is not just a reflection of history, but a call to action. Our journey from austerity to prosperity demands commitment from all of us. And with this in mind, we will realize that Nigeria will work for all of us.
The low revenue. But me and you know, let's come back home, far from statistics. We all know that our revenue is not low. Yes, the reason our revenue was very low is because of the loopholes. And this government, they knew that, and they tightened up all these things, blocked most of the loopholes, and today we can boldly say that our crude oil generation have moved from about less than 800,000 barrels to about 1.5 million barrels today. We are not there yet. Okay, this is a very good thing for Nigeria because we are now generating a lot of things from the crude oil. We are not there yet because there was once a time Nigeria was generating over 2 million barrels per day. Okay, but we are there. There's a drastic improvement from where we were before and where we are now.